I'm back. Maybe you were hoping I wouldn't come back. Who knows? Anyway, I'm back and we're going to continue our story. We said that we had glycolysis. It occurred in the cytoplasm. And we said, what happens in glycolysis? That 6-carbon molecule is broken into 2 3-carbon pyruvates. Now, we're going to follow one of those pyruvates along the way until it is fully decarboxylated. Now, when decarboxylation means removal of carbons. And so we had said, in the matrix, we had this thing that we called the preparatory reactions. And we had said, this is where you're going to remove one of those carbons, and that leaves a 2-carbon molecule called acetyl. Now, no energy is made there, but it happens, and so we talk about it. But now that 2-carbon molecule is going to combine with a 4-carbon molecule, and yes, we're back to a 6-carbon molecule again. What can I do? That's just what it is. And so here we have acetyl combines with this 4-carbon molecule to form citric acid. That's where it gets its name. And we had said, what happens? We said this is like a mad merry-go-round with the kids' heads being popped off. Decarboxylation, removal of those carbons. So what we said happens is we have first one carbon gets knocked off, and then another carbon gets knocked off. That leaves us back to our 4 carbons. And what's happened to the acetyl and the pyruvate, all those carbons are gone. Now, along the way, every time you're popping those carbons off, you're releasing electrons. And electrons just can't go fluttering off like a butterfly. They get picked up by another molecule. And we had said these are the electron transport molecules. And all they're going to do is they're going to carry these high-energy electrons to the 3rd step. But one point I need to mention is that we made a little more energy. Right there, you see that ATP? That one of those 2 pyruvates produced another ATP. But we said when you bust that glucose in half, you got 2 of those babies. So we say during the Krebs cycle, you make 2 ATPs, one from each of those pyruvates. And you've released a bunch of carbons, and most importantly, you have released high-energy electrons that are picked up by electron carrier molecules. They have these really kind of boring letter-type names, NADH and FADH2. They're electron carriers. And they're going to carry those things to the 3rd step. And this is where we're going to get all of that extra energy. Okay. So the next step is the electron transport chain. And what's going to happen is we're going to move from the matrix of the mitochondria to the cristae. Now, do you remember what the cristae is? It's that inner membrane. And in that membrane, in that cristae, we have a whole bunch of proteins called cytochromes. And they're going to do something funny. They're going to do something really interesting. They're going to work together with an enzyme to make a whole lot of energy, ATP energy. Hang on, we'll talk about that next.